live. Wednesday night with those guys, and Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those guys. Welcome to Wednesday night with those guys, everyone. And how are you doing there, Lawrence?
I'm good, man. I'm good. What's up? It's hump day.
It is hump day, the middle of the week. And there is a few things happening tonight. A couple of things we want to talk about. A few things dropped on the plate. A few things that have come down the pike in the last few days.
A lot of things dropped on the plate.
Well, yeah, but you know, a lot of things everyone is probably enjoying themselves right now with one of the things we were going to mention tonight. You know, so how's everyone out there in the chat?
SJM is there. JC's flying was there a little earlier. Okay. It's still early. It shows, you know, the usual lurkers. So that's about it. But, you know, we have the regular ones that will come in. Your video was so good. I appreciate it. I couldn't do it the way I wanted to because, hey, Steven, for Flyby Guys, who FYI helped me get my RC controller up and running this morning.
Oh, okay.
So a shout out to Steven for that. I appreciate that ever so much. Anyway, it's hump day. I appreciated SJM Drones. I didn't get to do it the way I wanted, but now I know how to actually time lapse a video with waypoints. Back then, the Mavic Pro, I don't think the Mavic Pro had waypoints, but now that I have a drone with he's talking about the Rockaway Village video that I did. Now that I have a drone with waypoints, I can actually go to the same exact spot and record the progress from the same exact spot. But I appreciate it much. What's up, Herman? Happy hump day to you, man.
Well, I mean, how hard is it to find the same exact spot?
Well, with the Mavic, Hawks, weather, and a few other things coming up. The location where I was when I started. Hey, Wayne B. When I started the project, I started in a bus depot, and they tore that down and put up a building. In the 4 years it took me to record all that footage.
Oh,
Hal, 9000. How are you, sir? Who keeps saying my name? What's good? Hope all is well with everyone. Happy hump day to you guys.
I hear you. I got you. Yeah. But then again, you know, maybe hopefully you wouldn't have erased those those coordinates that you'd have been able to keep it.
No, right.
But overall, it was a good video. I mean,
I appreciate it much. I appreciated it. I took 4 years and crunched it down into 1 minute and 19 seconds.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be longer.
Yeah. I actually I could have, but a few of the guys that were doing the sidewalks there, one guy was the supervisor was like, "Yo, can you give me footage of these guys working? I'll show it to my boss, and maybe it'll pan out into something." So then there was another guy, "Yo, we're up on the roof of that building. We're getting ready to go back up there and go back to work. Are you gonna be flying over?" The guy was like, "Yo, can you get a shot of me, like going like this?" I was like, "Yeah, for $20." He paid me $20 for the shot. So it was fun making though. I look blurred. That's because I am blurred.
You look blurred or the background is blurred.
Let me go to this. There we go. And now I look still blurred. It's probably the light that's behind me shining.
Oh, his head is gone.
There we go. That's a little bit better. Anyway, what's up? The View Chaser, Hal 9000. What happened?
The light needs to be in front of you.
I didn't hear you.
The light needs to be in front of you.
Yeah, I know. I keep looking at ring lights and stuff like that, but I'm not vain enough to have a ring light like some of us. Some of the other channels. Well, what's good with you, Herman, man? Happy hump day. The Giants won again Sunday. I got to enjoy a football game. and not have to do a live stream. I'm starting to like that.
But I have a ring light.
Huh?
I have a ring light.
No, you don't. Well, you get that big, you got a 49-inch screen in front of you. So that's your ring light right
No,
there. You actually have one.
I have a ring light.
You actually have one, though, you're saying. Okay. Michael Blades, what's
I'm
good?
not
One
using
Vision
it.
Aerial.
I have a ring light.
Okay. Well, welcome to
Yeah, but yeah.
Wednesday nights with those guys. We got a little bit to talk about tonight.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like I was saying earlier, we all, I'm quite sure we all was, well, we weren't surprised. We knew it was coming. The update for the DJI RC, and the fact that the RC would be working with the what is that, the thingy there, the Air 2.
With the Air 2S?
We're waiting on that. We're all waiting on that. We all were hoping for that, right?
Yeah, but
So now we got it.
hey, Angie.
But what makes that so nice is the fact that the Fly app also got an update where the Fly app is supposedly now for the very same Air 2S, as well as the Mini 3 Pro.
Mm-hmm.
You're now going to be able to go in and tweak the settings of your drone and how it can fly.
Now, when you say tweak, what do you mean tweak? Because when we had the Phantom 4 Pro, we could tweak our controls. And a lot of these guys in the Mavic series know nothing about tweaking your controls.
The same thing that you could do with the Go 4 app.
Mm-hmm.
With the now you can do it with, well, okay. Before the updates came out with the Mavic 3, or when the Mavic 3 came out, the updates had come out where you were able to tweak your settings of how your drone is able to fly.
Your camera pitch, your yaw speed.
No. You always could do that. Your EXP settings.
Oh, okay, yes. Okay. Right, that is a lot different. A lot of you guys may not know about those little features about being able to tweak the speeds and exposure settings, and now you can do it all. Now you can do it all, provided you download the new DJI Fly app, the new version.
You gotta update the
Yes, we're not talking about connecting it to the Air 2S.
Yeah, that's supposedly with the Air 2S and the
I ran into a problem doing that, Herman, because I went to the App Store with my radio via Wi-Fi, and I got to the App Store, and there is no connection directly to the download center. So when you hit to download something, your screen goes completely white and stays white. And I actually put down the controller and came back 7 minutes later, and it was still completely white. I know it doesn't take that long to download things, but yeah, thank you guys with the thumbs up. But right now, this is the first version of this firmware update. I expect,
after the stream is over.
Yeah.
I'll show you how to do it.
Okay, all right, because I actually went to the store and it was looking for the download center, but I'm new to this. I'm switching from a tablet. Okay, I must say I've had that controller for a while, right? I've been holding on to that controller for a minute. When I think I got it a week after it came out, and that was because it was rumored that it would go with they would give out firmware update for it to go with the Air 2S. And I waited patiently, and I thought about selling the controller. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to sell it. It'll be a paperweight before I sell this thing.
I won't sell it.
So now I have an RC controller with my Air 2S. And tomorrow morning is going to be sunny. I may go out early in the morning just to go up on the beach and get some footage with it, just to play around, Huh? No. Rob Steve.
he's got it. That's
Rob,
it.
hold on, I thought Rob C was fighting the fire, but he says he chose to hang out with those guys.
Uh-oh.
Listen, Rob, don't get in trouble. Hey, get back to out there.
You AWOL?
He's AWOL. He's in his truck.
Sitting in the truck.
You got a sign in the windshield that says "Out to lunch." How you doing it, Rob? How you AWOL? Anyway, what's up, everybody? Happy Hump Day to you.
Yeah.
But this Air 2S, I'm happy, Herman.
You're happy about your Air 2S working now?
Well, I forgot to move these photos, so I'm going to do it now.
Controller.
I'm actually going to open up file location. That's one photo, and here's the second photo. Okay, cut. I have a folder for all of this stuff, and I just never transferred it from the download folder to my live. I have a folder for live stream pics. You know, so keep talking. Let's keep talking about this Air 2S and this new controller.
Well, yeah, I'm listening to you when you were talking.
Oh, well.
I'm actually kind of good at that when someone else is talking, I'm listening.
I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yeah, I get it. Now you can go out, turn the drone on, turn the controller on, put the drone down on the floor. Or should I say, turn your controller on, put your drone down on the floor, turn it on, and wait for it to get the satellites and just go.
And be ready to go. Hey, Bill, what's up? Coast to coast.
It uploads automatically, everything just goes.
Yeah, no more tablet. I had to take my tablet out of the bag, the tablet holder.
Hey, Jim, what's up, man? Jim's drumming.
Jim and Bill are here. Zero grid in Class D airspace. Rob C, stop it. You know, if you could fly that if you really wanted to.
What happened?
He says zero grid in Class D airspace. Ray Kelly, how are you?
Okay.
But I'm saying,
you know what?
What happened?
When it comes to breaching the breaching airspace,
yeah,
in an emergency situation like that, excuse me, I am almost positive from what I have learned from 107, being a 107 pilot, that the FAA, as you being a firefighter or whatever, excuse me,
hey, Jody,
in an emergency situation like that, you breach the airspace and report it later if asked.
Right. But Rob is complying and he refuses to breach the airspace for his chief, there. So
even with the lady and her baby up in the top floor, they need to.
Well, we don't know there's a lady up there in the top floor.
He never put the drone up.
Well, I hope they work it out. I hope it's nothing major.
No, I'm just kidding. I hope it's nothing serious, Rob. But
yeah, definitely. We appreciate you coming by and hanging out. Just don't get in trouble while listening to us.
Yeah, put the drone up
there. Cheers to you all. I finally found the drink cup. I finally found this here.
What?
I just posted in the chat. The drink with the little whiskey, shot of whiskey.
That?
Yeah.
I
couldn't find it for the longest. You found it last week. I could not find it.
It's always been there.
It wasn't working for me or something. I don't know.
I get it.
I didn't look long enough. But congratulations to all of you who have the Air 2S and plan on going out to buy that controller. There were a few guys who hit me up when I posted a picture this morning. One guy was saying, I was waiting for the firmware update to come out. Now that it's out, I've already ordered the controller. And it would make sense that they put out the update a day before they start selling the combo package.
Are they in stock? Well,
Are
yeah.
they in stock? Not in the United States yet.
We see. No, I'm talking about the controller. Are they any?
Oh yes, the controllers are in stock. Yes, here in the States,
Now,
we
as
got to
far
turn
as
sharing on.
what happened to you?
The turn sharing on.
What are you trying to share now?
Stop. Stop.
From what I'm understanding, I've seen the leaked pictures and stuff like that of these combos of the Air 2S and
Yeah,
the
and the Mavic 3 Classic right here
Mavic 3 Classic
with the same
box.
controller.
Yeah, with the controller in it. Now, is this the new controller that we're going to build a house with now? Is when
I don't know. Someone had put in the chat that December 1st they're discontinuing this controller. I
which
think
one,
they
that
would be
one?
a fool to do so.
That controller?
Let me hold on. Let me scroll back up and see. I can't see. I can't find where. Hold on.
The disco and what?
Oh, here, Jim's Droney says, happy for you, Lawrence, but controller being discontinued December 1st.
Why?
Jim's Droney? No, he's trying to be funny.
Oh, okay.
I'm a pro at it. I see, Angie. I was warned about you, Angie.
As you just need one at a time.
Yes. There's one shot at a time and take a breather. And then you down another one. And she got 3 lined up already.
Oh,
I don't know.
I hope people are buying you drinks and that's just a marker.
I ordered Ray Kelly. Ordered a DJI RC for my son's wife and his Air 2S and for his Air 2S for Christmas. Don't tell him. Okay, Ray Kelly. Well, listen, for the price, $309, you can't beat it. You cannot beat it. I'm Maddie's Drone World. What's good, man? How are you? Hope all is well.
Hold on a second, Lawrence. Hold on. Ray, you came in here and you said that in the chat like as if you know he's not watching.
His son may not watch those guys. Who knows? I ordered his son may. I don't know. His son may. His son. I don't know. If there are a lot of people who lurk in the darkness, watching those guys sitting back while smoking cheap cigars and drinking cheap yak, waiting for names to be mentioned.
I like Ray Kelly.
I know. His frequent flyer miles, man, should be off the chart.
But yeah, those are the leaks that's been floating around, and what they're expecting a release of one of them or something tomorrow.
Well, that's why this firmware update for this controller was imperative to come out today, because if they're leaking, if it's coming out tomorrow, okay, this Mavic 3 Classic is coming out tomorrow.
Right.
It would be wise to have a firmware that applies to tomorrow. They may be purchasable in China, but here in the States, it's probably going to be a week or two, as you know, as usual.
Really? Is that how it works?
I don't know. Maybe hey, Herman, maybe someone will pick one up in Best Buy like they did the Mini 3. Who knows?
Really? The only one that they ever had for months?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Well, we'll see how it turns.
I'm just saying that Stevie
Bronx, what's good? Looks like the Mavic 3 Classic will come with that remote, so that will be a dope lineup. It will.
Oh,
I'm glad it works with the Air 2S.
Oh yeah.
So my deal is, after all you guys have gotten your pre-orders for the Mavic 3 Classic, I'm going to contact DJI and say, how much just for the drone? Because I already have the radio.
Well, I don't know if you would have to do that. I think that you might when they release it, that they might release it just like how everything else has been releasing. Now you don't have to worry about purchasing the
The package at all. Right. They released the
no
Avata by itself.
the R what's that the R what the N1 RC Jun and yeah this thing.
Yeah, the N1 controller.
N1 RC N1 and what yeah and yeah that one.
Well, all I can say is congratulations to those who are buying the controller that wanted to go with the Air 2S and have been waiting. Mine has been hooked up since this morning. Of course, I'm waiting to go out maybe
You hooked
tomorrow
it up?
and check it out. I don't know yet,
You hooked it up?
but we shall see.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's damn close to
what's going on? Happy hump day to everybody out there.
Well, you know what,
Hopefully,
Lawrence, talking about updates and all kind of things like that there. You
yeah.
know, the DJI Mavic 3 Enterprise, they have released a new firmware package, they claim.
Really?
You know, yeah, for both of its newest enterprise drone, yeah, the Mavic 3
Okay.
Enterprise, the the Enterprise and the Thermal. Excuse me. So with this new update for the E3 or should I say the 3E and the 3T, they're supposed to be getting an update for its remote ID requirement for the United States.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
That's what's
interesting.
happening. So that's bringing to the aircraft. They claim version was it 05.00.02.06 for the aircraft.
Yes. Yes, for the remote.
Yeah,
Yes, for the firmware. Yes.
yeah. And I don't know if you noticed this recently, but did you have to do an update for your what's that, assistant too
Mm-hmm.
recently? Okay. So now here they have, and for the remote, they have version was it the 02.00.01.11. With that, the DJI Pilot 2 app,
Also has.
yes, gets an update to V5.0.2.9. Wow. And believe it or not, an assistant to is V 2.1.4 point. There's a lot of points and stuff
No,
going.
it's. I'm glad you said that because I had not updated my assistant too. I need to go to DJI and do that at some time and point. What's up, Joe? How are you,
This is
man?
on the enterprise level for those who are going to be receiving that drone or got that drone.
Yeah, if you have any of the
Early
enterprise
bird,
versions, the thermal,
early bird special.
the enterprise, or any drone working on the DJI Pilot app, the Matrice 200 series, et cetera, et cetera. There's an update for you guys. You might be interested in doing.
They had an update for this, and yeah, it's supposedly, believe it or not, it has also worked out some issues with the IMU. That they claim IMU was constantly indicating on the screen, so it worked out whatever bugs was going on with the IMU indicator. Yeah. So as you know, the drone is a commercial drone, and for people who are in the public safety sector,
Right.
that it's not a take it to the park or you're gonna shoot some video with my friends and stuff like that kind of drone. It's for those reasons and those reasons alone. People who are working in like the commercial space, like I said, people doing mapping, 3D modeling, and such, etc.,
Right.
etc.
Well, it's good to see. It's good to see that they're on point. I mean, the DJI is putting drones out. They're putting out firmware updates. It's so no wonder they control 70% of the drone world.
I mean, they keep up to date on the market and of what's happening and what's needed in the space,
Right.
And they keep their, like you said, they keep their product functioning well, so as that when you call upon it, it does fly. You know, I mean,
Right.
we do hear of cases where things do go wrong, and that's anything.
Right. Of course.
And you probably will hear about it more in this space because this space is smaller than the other space, than other spaces that, you know, like say in the automobile world. You know how many problems automobiles have, but you don't know the guy that had that problem.
True. True. Until there's like a major recall or something, then a lot of that stuff they can fix with, like DJI does with firmware.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it they can't. They have to actually take out or put in new physical parts.
The parts.
Well, yeah, that's they calling you and they taking the part out. Definitely.
The parts suck. It failed. That's why you have that problem.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it failed. Yeah, and then, you know, keeping right along with the Enterprise edition, this drone just came out and they're already working out kinks that they find with it.
Yeah, you're right.
And who else? The drone manufacturer Yuneec. Yeah. Didn't they?
I'm surprised to hear. I'm
find,
surprised to hear they're back in the air because
they
they've been going. They never left.
Well, no, they never left, but they struck a deal with this company here, Czech startup, Dronetag. Yeah, they're going to be producing a remote ID broadcast capability for their drones. Well,
right.
Actually starting with with their commercial.
Hey, Dominic.
Really built in from the factory for their commercial drone that they're coming out with, that they have coming out, that Hexacopter.
Yes.
The H850.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gonna have the that GPS module that's supposedly done by this company Czech.
Well, they claim that this is their answer to one of the Matrice series drones.
Yeah, the 300.
Yes, this is a cheaper version. This is their how would you say, their answer to a M300 class drone, but for a cheaper price.
Right.
And the fact that this drone here, well, just like the most of the Matrice series carry different payloads. This carries 6 different payloads.
Mm-hmm.
This particular drone here. I went and looked to the Yuneec site, mm-hmm. and they're asking, what does the M300 go for? Do you know?
I'm not familiar with this.
Let me look it up real quick.
I don't have one.
M300 RTK price. The RTK price of one is by commercial. Let's go here. Click and see, these guys are selling one. Nope, they're just okay. I did click off the page too fast.
Just go to the site, go to Enterprise.
They are going for the Matrice 300 RTK unit with DJI Care Refresh is going for 10,600. 10,000. Then they have a Matrice 600 bundle for another 16,000. The camera system alone is 3,299. And they have different payload versions of the Matrice 300. But this Yuneec drone here seems to be going for seems to be going for dramatically cheaper. I went to the Yuneec site, and the Yuneec site says that this is their cheaper version of that class drone. You can get the same class drone from Yuneec, the 850 RTK commercial grade Hexcoster for $7,399.
Provided the fireman stays on the same side of the building that the drone is on, because if he even turns the corner of the building to look.
Well, let's hope that they need how would you say, let's hope that
close enough.
Exactly. That's all.
I hope they didn't put that same transmission that was in the Typhoon H.
Yeah, I know, because that thing could barely go across the street before losing signal. I do remember that. You know, so listen, dude, I've seen people within eyesight in that thing. Do you remember the Yuneec, the one that looked like a ship? That one, I know a few people who had one. The best one seemed to be the Hexcopter that we saw. That I've seen a few. That one with the big radio, that Hexcopter with the big radio, that seemed to be their best transmission.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Go check out the transmission.
Joseph Aponte, what's good, man? Hope all is well. Akaracho, what's good? Happy hump day to everybody out there.
Happy Humpity Day.
Yeah.
You go check out the transmission range on that drone.
I'm gonna go check it out now.
Where you going? You checking out what? The bar?
Check out the transmission range. I was gonna go check out the tray, Steven Drones.
After you get back to where? Oh, you look at them.
You know, gotta pay homage to our sponsors. You know how it goes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was so soon.
Yeah, the transmission, the Yuneecs, I've always liked their designs. They were one of the first drone companies back in the day to come out with a wired cable system for folding arms.
No, they wasn't.
But their transmission, well,
no, they wasn't. No, they wasn't. Who else had folded arms?
Well, DJI, of course, but I'm DJI had them also, but I don't know if they had that braided. I'm talking about the braided cable folding system that they use back on their older joints.
Right. On where though?
Andy Cortez, what's good, man?
On which drone?
The Typhoon H.
I understand that.
On that one, that folding system.
Was that which DJI drone had arms that folded like that?
Oh, all of them are Tree series that I know of. The very first, the Matrice 200.
But they've all had that same braided cable system around.
I didn't know. I wouldn't know.
But I didn't start doing folding drones until the Mavic series took off. And now everything folds.
Right. Of course.
The little mini, the mini. Mini. You know, they all folding. No, but Yuneec has teamed up with these guys to do their
remote ID system.
Remote ID module. So let's see. We'll see.
Well, yeah. So if you
nice looking drone, don't get me wrong. All of the Yuneec has some nice looking drones, with the exception of maybe the Breeze. But
yeah.
The transmission system, I don't know. Let's see what happens. I guess it's an enterprise drone, so I guess it should be better, right?
I'm looking at it here. So
by default, it should be
yes,
better.
This is the RTK. Yeah, this enterprise. This is their enterprise version. I just like to know. It says here are the specs: 65-minute flight time, dual battery, of course, max payload 3 kilograms. It can take up to several payloads. My only thing is they do not talk about transmission system here.
Of course they don't.
And they have never been known for their transmission systems. But I'm assuming if you pay $7,000 for a drone, somehow that heifer have a better transmission system than across the street.
It's funny. They don't have an RTK system. The drone will know exactly where it is, but you can't get transmission system. You can't get
Could you imagine?
The drone is like, damn, I'm over
Could you
here.
imagine though?
Why do I have to return to home? I just left. We got full battery.
Even Drone says he had the H Pro, but the H Plus is a lot better. What was the transmission system on that H Plus? Because I remember the Typhoon H. That drone,
yeah, I mean,
yeah, 8,000. What happened?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. But getting back to it, I wish Yuneec luck with they are complying with remote ID here in the United States, and you will be able to buy their drone with that chip.
Everyone has to. If you want to sell those machines, you're gonna have to.
Yeah, well, Dronetag's add-on device for remote identification is being sold at the Yuneec store at their online store. Yeah. I went to their online store. This is actually a page from them, from their site. So if you want to check it out, later on, you can.
Do they mention them on the online store? Because
I didn't see it. That's why I couldn't pull it up. Well, I couldn't find it.
No, but from what I understand is that
line of sight, definitely.
Everything that Magoo can see it. Every
yeah, the Q500 did have a baby antenna.
Drones that you purchase already has it built in.
All right, Stevie, be well, man. Stay safe.
All right, Stevie. No, all of the drones that you purchase from their site will have it built in.
Correct. Okay. Correct already. Which would make it remote ID compliant. What's up, JSK? Hope all is well. Welcome to Wednesday nights with those guys. Well, let's see how it turns out. I'm pretty sure if they put a price tag of $7,399 on this heifer, somebody's buying it somewhere. I'm just thinking, as an RTK unit, most of the Yuneec drones that I've seen needed to be flown line of sight. I hope this RTK is a much better design. And once again, like I said, if you look here on the page, Herman, you do not see any specifications on transmission, whether it's 5.8, 5.9, 5.4, 2.3. Huh?
Well, you see.
Oh, see here. Hold on. FCC 15 kilometer CE, which is 8 kilometers. There we go.
Okay.
15 kilometers here in the United States, and only 8 kilometers abroad, outside of the United States. So they stepped the game up. Huh?
Yeah, okay.
But just because it says it can do 15 kilometers,
right,
doesn't mean it can do 15 kilometers. Flying Flynn Media, how are you? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to Wednesday nights. Those guys, Andy Cortez. What remote ID? It is what you have in your drone present day, and when they turn on the firmware, you'll know.
This is here in the States. This is what compliance.
Oh yeah, that's right. Blind Neil, what's good, man? Hope Paul is well.
Lars, these things are talking about with the Mavic 3 Enterprise editions.
Yeah.
There's 2 drones, that and this with the Yuneec H850.
Yeah.
That is with being compliant here in the United States.
Okay. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I don't know how it's going to work or swing anyplace else, but that is here in the United States. So any drone with, like I said, the Yuneec that you purchase from their website, it's going to come already fully equipped with such things.
Okay. All right,
already
that makes
involved.
sense.
So
That makes plenty of sense.
now, with that being said, that's how they're doing that. Who knows? So, I mean, I don't know too many people that have their drones right now because they haven't come out with anything new and anything that really, or they haven't really made like the big move, like, even EXO has made bigger moves in recent time than Yuneec to get the name or their
Yeah,
product even like looked at.
I agree. I agree. They put a lot more into getting the name out there. And it's sad because Yuneec has been around. I remember their Q500. I thought it was a nice looking drone. That was the one that looked like a ship. Hey, Mike, Henrik, how are you? That
Yeah,
one looked like a weird spaceship. I always loved the design of that. But the transmission, it had an antenna the length of your pinky in it. That's what the problem was. And there was a mod for it that you could lengthen that antenna, and it would, instead of getting 2 blocks or 1 block before it lost signal, or too high above you, like 5 stories before it lost signal, you could actually go about 3 blocks.
wrong, man. Wrong. It can't be that bad. It can't be that bad.
It was on
Can't
that Q on
possibly
that
be.
Q500, Herman.
No, I'm
I've
not
seen
buying
someone
that.
try to fly it. Hey, what's up, Charlie? How are you? Drone Psych. Hey, Charlie, I have to meet up with you to get that 3D print for that action camera. I have to do that as soon as possible on our with our schedules coming up. Aloha over in Hawaii, Sky Control Productions.
By
Hope
control,
all is
SJK,
You guys haven't done it already, click that like button.
JSK, JSK.
Welcome to Wednesday nights with those guys. Happy hump day to each and everyone. How's everyone's week going?
I still say that JSK sounds like a DJ's name.
DJ JSK?
Yeah.
And I'm asking because it's the weather. Yes, great reason to fly together. You're right. And I get to show you my freestyle I built with that stack that you're getting ready to use, Charlie. But
Mhm.
moving along,
Okay.
I look forward to taking my controller out and actually pulling 2 objects out of a bag as opposed to 5, because you have the drone. Well, I had the drone, the controller, the tablet holder, the tablet, the wire to connect the tablet to the N1 controller.
You're not
I
gonna know
don't
how.
have to do that anymore. Now I just have my drone and the controller.
I may have a lanyard for you if you want it.
Hell to the yeah. Hell to the yeah. I don't care. It rained at the moment, tropical, not typical. Well, rain is good. Rain is life. If
No, but
unfortunately, if it didn't rain,
no, but I may have like 1 or 2 of them left around here.
okay, could definitely use it, and it fits inside my Nanook case. You know where it goes? You
Yeah.
know where the tablet holder was along the side of my case?
Mm-hmm.
There was a tablet holder. Hold on, I might as well get the case and show you while I'm talking about it, because with a tablet, it's not a tablet holder. It is a
Where you put all your batteries and propellers or your propellers and
right where you would put your props and stuff. I'm assuming. So right here.
props.
Well, you guys wouldn't be able to see it unless I do this. So hold on, let's try this. No, we don't want to share.
No, you can see light. Light help. Just pick it up.
Right here. Like, I'm trying to get, well, why is it out of focus?
Can't see a thing.
What kind of shit is, hold on, what kind of shit is that? Now I move out of the way. As soon as it comes on, it goes blurry. What kind of shit is that, yo? I'm clear. All right, in front of the camp. Let's try that. That doesn't even, never mind. But you get the idea.
Uh-huh.
You
No.
get the idea. It fits in here. Watch, right there. There it is. At the top bottom of the screen. I don't know why. See, it blurs out. Why it does that, I don't know. It's censored. Andy Cortez is here. That's what it is. It's censored. But anyway,
Mhm.
I'm ready to go try it out.
Right. But anyhow,
It has. I've been ready to go try it out for a minute, for a very good minute. So
well,
I've had the radio for a while.
Lawrence,
Yeah.
you know what I was going to tell you?
What's that?
I totally understand what you're saying.
What do you mean?
As far as how you're smashing it into the case, yeah, I hear you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But this fits in the pocket nice and smooth. It doesn't slide around or anything. So I'm definitely thinking about getting some kind of sunscreen for it, but not right now. I won't need it. I'm gonna play around with it right in the sun and see what happens. You know?
How about you try getting a pair of glasses first?
You're right. You're right. I do need freaking glasses to
I
look at
use
that.
that
Because that's smaller than my tablet, right?
I use that in the RC Pro outside in the sun, and I don't need a sunshade, so I don't know.
Okay.
New scription.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah. You know, I hate cushion on this damn chair. I might get rid of it.
It's your past due. I'm sure you got more than your use out of it. I'm just saying.
I haven't had this seat cushion a year.
See, well, that's not good. Tired work yesterday, 7:30. I'm off.
Maybe 6 months.
Took off rain all day. Jim's droning. I know the feeling.
But yeah, it's time, Lawrence.
It's time to pay homage to our sponsor.
Yeah. Because as they would say, Wednesday night, or should I would say, Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those guys.
Salute to you guys out there. Cheers.
Here you go. We're moving right along. So these people happen to be a whole mouthful and a half, Lawrence. A whole mouthful and a half. But I don't know if you're familiar with the Northeast UAS Airspace Integration Research Alliance.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with them? NUAIR.
Yes, I'm familiar with them.
Yeah, NUAIR. Well, they have received approval from the FAA.
Okay.
To operate beyond visual line of sight flight across the entire span of the 50-mile corridor in central New York.
Okay. Hey, little Laura.
Yeah. You know,
well, that's good.
It's a step to to enhance the efforts to develop safety and I believe that, check this out, a reliable UAV U-space. Now, you know what U-space is, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So I don't have to.
No, but for the people who don't know what U-space is, even though we've discussed it several times on the live stream, for those who don't know what U-space is, maybe you could give them a brief synopsis while I set up this video.
Okay. Well, well, you know how we're talking about remote ID and we're talking about what's the other one? The whole UTMs and stuff like that. Well,
Mm-hmm.
basically, it's a basic design of process and procedures to create safety in an effort so many drones can operate in the airspace. It's safe,
Explicit.
huh?
Go ahead.
Safely.
Well, use
So that's
space is
basically
like the metaverse,
right.
basically.
So it's basically a whole set of rules and things that are set in place that help to create a safe environment in the airspace for multiple drones to be able to operate at the same time.
Right.
That's basically what it is.
Well,
Nope.
the fact that they've made it possible for companies now to
Mm-hmm.
fly beyond visual line of sight shows they're trying to work really hard on making it possible for everything from drone deliveries to how would you say
Mm-hmm.
medical deliveries.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say pizza and burgers yet, but
Well, you know what's funny about that? This honestly was so big for NUAIR and for the state of New York that Governor Kathy Hochul, she made an announcement of this beyond visual line of sight ruling from the FAA. And where is that the New York is really trying to, believe it or not, be one of the leading states in drone and advanced air mobility operations and systems, especially once these things take off, because New Air, like we were saying, that they're going to be operating over the whole, excuse me, the whole 50-mile corridor,
yeah.
beyond visual line of sight between, what's this, Griffith International Airport in Rome, New York, and Syracuse International. So that's you had the video on that, right, Lawrence? That's
Yes,
the
I do.
that's the whole operation distance where they're going to be operating. Um,
Well,
and
I have. Go
you know,
ahead.
New Air, well, they've done a lot of testing in this area, in this corridor. They've done testing of situational awareness, and now New Air is going to test the full demonstration of beyond visual line of sight. They will operate to see, like, the economical, and advanced advantages of the actual operations, how much time and money it can save with this development, with being able to use the beyond visual line of sight flight. you know so they're going to be doing this not only with drones, but also drones that transport passengers as
Yeah.
well as cargo. So this is big. This is big for that Carter and what this approval that New Air has received.
Oh, sorry about that. I was in the middle of a text responding to someone. But
Oh,
if you want to watch this video with audio, I will post a link. It goes to show, like, I have a nephew-in-law who lives in Utica, New York, and I mention all the time how he contacts me. He says they get texts on their phones, and sometimes they get alerts on the television of how they are drones are flying overhead.
mhm.
Total lockdowns in areas that are. I'm trying to respond to text and do this at the same time. Um, it's interesting. I'd like to be up there just to see what they're testing. And now that they can go beyond visual
All
line of
kinds of
sight,
stuff.
right? They plan on working on this Syracuse airport thing?
Well, that's no. They're going to be that the whole 50 miles is between the corridor they're going to be operating.
Oh,
Is
between Rome and Syracuse, yes.
right, but from those two airports, from Griffith and to Syracuse International.
Right.
So that's where they're going to be traveling. And it's funny because, you know, like I said, they're going to be testing drones that, you know, like for, you know, commercials in the commercial space for like, you know, operating for delivery and stuff like that. Or we would talk
right.
about, but not only that, but drones for passengers as well as cargo. So when you talk about operating drones in that area, you know, when you say commercial drones, the delivery, moving cargo, I would figure cargo drones would fall into the range of a delivery drone all the way up to the much larger drones.
Right. Right. Depending on what class it is, because now you have to come up with a different weight class, just like we have our weight class for our consumer drones.
Well,
you need one for the next weight class.
Regardless of that.
Oh, One Vision Aerial says to check your email, your spam folders or something.
Uh-huh.
I think what was it you did not receive? One Vision. I think it.
I did get an email from him, and I did get your message, but I was
okay. Hey Gary,
I was going through everything. Nothing ever came back to me, so I was wondering what it was that you were supposed to have gotten.
Yeah, what was it that you
I didn't send out to you?
So,
because I can send you out almost anything, a T-shirt, or I can get something else out to you.
But let's see what it's. Yeah, let Herman know what it was that you were supposed to want, or however, so he can get it out to you. I'm multitasking.
Please, I didn't forget you.
Andy Cortez
really didn't.
Andy Cortez says, "Don't let women know we can multitask." Shit, they already know.
Oh yeah,
they already know, bro.
Trust me.
There's no hiding that.
They know when they get. Well, never mind. I'm not going to even. That's a different.
You know, I would like to go up there and just look around and take a tour of that NUAIR whole 50-mile corridor.
Oh, what
just to see how they have it. Just to see how they have it set up. I know they have land takeoff and landing areas and warehouse.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because they are partnering up with Quebec-based V-Port. Now, V-Port designs, builds, and operates advanced vertiports, but advanced air mobility infrastructure. So they're going to be doing that. They're going to be building the vertiports at those two airports for the takeoff and land.
Right.
To be able to operate this. So, well, the guys that said it's not going to happen. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Whether you want it to or not, you may not believe it, but some fool is going to put a slice of pizza.
Believe it.
Some fool is going to put a slice of pizza on a drone and try to deliver it.
Let me tell you something.
And the first time the birds,
if you get a slice of pizza delivered to your house by a drone, bastard, and they charge you astronomical figures for that slice,
$15 a slice. $15 a slice.
But just a regular Neapolitan cheese, plain cheese.
You can handle it outside the stream. Don't want to take up your time here. Okay, he'll One Vision says he'll hit you up via email.
Yeah, that's I mean, like I said, I just let me know what it was that I didn't get out to you, or you didn't get, because like I said, nothing came back to me. And I know I mailed the stuff out I was supposed to mail, but hit me up and let me know what it was you were supposed to get. And if there was a mistake on my end, then I'll make good on it. If I know you're supposed to get something, because I know that something didn't happen. So yeah, if I have another one, I can get that to you. If not, I can get you something else. We'll work it out. Yeah. I know it's on my end.
DHL, UPS, and FedEx on Amazon. UPS drone delivery arrive at my house at the same time. Finish with the
Okay.
punchline.
I'm gonna check to see if I have any more. If I what's that? Instructions.
Finish
Sorry.
with a
I'm
punchline.
gonna see if that okay. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check.
I can't, Warren. I can't think anything to go with that.
What? To go what?
He says a DHL, a UPS, a FedEx, an Amazon, and a USPS drone arrive at my house at the same time. Finish with a punchline.
Okay, you said a DHL, a UPS.
UPS, FedEx, Amazon, and USPS drone arrive at my house
Oh, I got it. Hold on a minute.
at
I'm
the
waiting on
same.
late. Hold on a minute. I'm waiting on lazy shit.
Hold on, I'm waiting on lazy shit.
Laser shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's funny.
They
That's
don't
what the
laser
you
ship
don't
ain't
know.
got no
We
drone.
call that next day Amazon service. We call it laser shit here in New York.
They ain't got no they don't have no drone.
Yeah, because a person will arrive on a bike, tricycle,
They ain't got no drone.
unicycle, skates, anything to try and deliver your package.
No, they ain't got no drone.
Yeah, this is true. Very, very
Lazy
true.
ship? No, they ain't got no drone. You'd be lucky if you get your package with them.
Yeah, with Amazon, they definitely don't have drones yet.
The
They're
guy
working on
laughed
them.
when I said, yo, you just took a picture of the package you put on the floor. How does anybody know you don't take the picture and then turn around and pick the package up and leave? He
Right.
started laughing.
Right, and that's Amazon. Can you imagine?
No, that was the laser ship guy.
But no, the laser ship guy. But you were trying to prove how can they not prove that you didn't steal it? You figure by taking a picture of it, it shows it was delivered.
Yeah.
So you asked him, what's to stop you from picking the package up and taking it after you took a picture? And he laughed. That's scary. You might have gave him an idea. You might have gave him an idea.
Yo, you talking about porch pirates? The funniest one I ever saw was that one where the lady broke her leg.
What, the one falling off the porch?
No, she picked up the package and she slipped in the grass.
Oh, no, I didn't see that one.
The grass was wet and she slipped in the grass and broke her leg. The boyfriend had to come and pick her up and put her in the car.
That's messed up. That's sad too. It is so sad.
The funniest part about that? Why she couldn't stay behind the wheel and you,
Big Matt.
Big Matt.
Leadership will steal your drone for drone delivery. You mean laser shit? Yeah, laser shit.
Oh yeah.
Donnie Drone Flyer, what's good, man? How are you?
Imagine that. UPS, FedEx, and DHL drones don't land at the same time. Next thing you know, laser ship got 4 drones flying.
Delivering his shit. Yeah, that would be funny. That would definitely be funny. Could you imagine? Hope everyone out there is well. Happy hump day to you. Welcome to Wednesday night.
Lazy ship? Didn't they? They had the red shirts they used to run around with, right?
They stopped delivering. Laser shit stopped delivering around here.
Yeah, they stopped around here too.
Because people were complaining. These guys were bowling your package. They would come out the elevator door and bowl your package down the hall, and it would hit the door like doom, doom, doom. And it would sound like someone knocked on your door, but it was really your package.
Only Amazon guy does that.
Yeah, but he kind of slides it a little more elegantly. All you hear is a thud.
No, the laser
package from people, laser shit, you would hear like they threw something at your door.
No, the laser ship people. You see how my building is.
Yeah.
They would come in and take it right to the counter there.
They would take it to the concierge. The concierge counter and leave it there. Well, I've seen I've seen furniture
Don't
in
say
your
nothing. Not just leave it there.
Herman, I've seen
Done.
furniture in your lobby. I've seen food packages melting in a puddle with
Just
whatever.
done. Don't say nothing. I'm done. Just leave
Yeah.
it there. They'll figure it out.
I can't help you there, Andy. He says, happy hump day. Who do I get to hump then?
Oh, well, look around. I don't know. Is anybody in the room with you?
The cat just ran out the room. The cat looked at him and said, not today. I'm out of here. But anyway, for those of you, wow, it is incredibly foggy out.
But you know what, Lawrence?
I was gonna try and cook dinner, Herman, and take the controller out.
Cook dinner?
I was gonna cook dinner and then try to step outside, but the fog is taking over, like Stephen King fog.
I'm understanding how you were gonna try. You were gonna try to cook dinner, and then what now? Because
I might have just said to hell with cooking dinner and went outside. I wanted to take the controller out, the RC controller out, and play around with it.
This fog business, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know.
Tomorrow it's supposed to be sunny and nice.
Yeah, they said the same thing about today.
Gary, a quarter of 52 is 13. The dog does look scared now, Andy Cortez says. He stopped wagging his tail. He was wagging his tail. Andy's looked around, the tail stopped.
You guys need help, man.
Fog makes for some good shots. It does, except once you get above the fog, yes. What did you say, Herman?
Above the fog? You're not getting above this fog?
No, not here in New York. This fog is
this is not coming off the water.
I'm going to tell you the base. It's coming off the water first of all. This is. We're rain. At sea level.
This is rain, man. No.
Yeah.
It's humid as hell out there. That is horrible for you.
In fact, while you're plugging your drone up, putting it on the ground, little mist is just landing on it, wetting it.
Humidity is not good for the drone, Lawrence. It's too much.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't like this. The sun was out early. I'm like, after the live stream, I'll cook dinner first, or I'll run downstairs and just go up and take a few shots with the new controller to play around with it, and then come back upstairs. But since it's foggy, I might as well just go ahead and make dinner after the stream. And
you don't need no.
If you're above the fog, then you're officially out of line of sight.
No, not really.
Listen, if I can look on the map and see where it is, I have line of sight.
There we go.
No, I'm just joking. Just joking. I would never use that as an excuse. Gary, I'm glad to see Canadian school system work well for you, my friend, but the lucky number is still 52. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Huh?
You do it the way I showed the park ranger. You don't have to, you know where the drone is in its proximity in the sky, right? Because you can see what you see from the controller. So you base that on where the drone is in the sky, right? Tweak it a little bit and you watch the drone appear. Right? Now, once you get your focus on it, you just pan with the drone. You'll see it. Don't look at the drone. You gotta look past it.
Yeah.
The area. And you'll see it. You can see it in places that you didn't think you'd be able to see it that far away.
It's true. That is true.
Whether you believe it or not, or you know what you do? Get a 12-year-old spotter.
Yeah, brand new eyeballs. They can spot shit that you would never expect. Seriously, the 12-year-old spotter will see it and hear it, Herman. They will see it and hear it further than any grown adult.
Get yourself a 12-year-old spotter. The 12-year-old spotter will never take his eyes off it. He'll see it 2 miles down.
I've seen kids.
That brown bird just flew past you.
I was flying one time and this kid was like, "Dad, he's flying a drone. Use a trained hawk as a spotter." It is funny to chase away any birds that come near it.
He can't speak English.
But this kid was walking by it. I was on the boardwalk. and he's walking by with his father, and he said, the father goes, "What are you looking at?" The kid goes, "He's flying a drone." So father goes, "Aaron, what do you know? How do you know he's flying a drone?" The kid goes, "Because the drone is over there, and look at what's in his hand." Right? So I go, "Yes, I am flying a drone, but you can see the drone." He says, "Yeah." I said, I know what a drone is right here, but you can see the drone." He says, "Yes, the drone is right there." Me and his father are going like this, trying to see what a drone was. And he
Yeah,
says,
because
"Look, see the corner?" He says, "See the corner of the building?
you
If
lost
you go,
visual
if
line
you
of
go
sight.
straight up above the corner of the building and turn slightly to the left, you see the drone." And that's exactly what the fuck it was. You're right. Hey, Tony, what's good, man? Hope all is well. How's
Yeah,
everyone else
because
out there? Let me see.
I
Click that
found
like
that
button.
out flying with the with my with the kids.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they can see where it goes. They can hear it a lot further than you can. All of that,
Yep.
and that I believe. You remember
Their
at one
line of
time,
sight is a lot further than yours.
and their hearing's better. Remember? Do you
You
remember?
got a lot of dust on your lenses.
Right. Do you remember pre-COVID? Way before pre-COVID, there was a thing where kids were starting to cheat in class
Hmm.
because they weren't supposed to have their alerts on, but
Hmm.
because these alerts were such a low frequency, the adults couldn't hear it.
Right.
So they were sending messages to each other back and forth, cheating on tests because the teacher couldn't hear the alert. There was
Okay.
some low octave that they played back, and I could barely hear it while straining to hear it.
Okay.
Every child in the classroom could hear that alert. So
You
they were
know,
sending texts back and forth doing exactly that.
but like we were talking about this corridor here with NUAIR. NUAIR is
Mm-hmm.
doing a lot of things up there because I remember when they teamed up with drone responders and
Yeah.
working to get drones in the hands of more agencies in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Well, I want to point out this little tip. NUAIR, okay, NUAIR along with NASA, AAM, Air Mobility, all of these people, they plan the initiative to keep our ambition and vision to build and operate 1,500 vertiports around the world by 2045. That's an
Okay.
objective. I think they can do it before then, but they're talking around the world with just from this corridor that we're using here, the information we get, the testing that they're doing, the laws that they are creating and putting into
Okay.
effect.
Okay. Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I was reading a lot on it, and I've seen some of the things, and I want to see what's going to happen. New York says a lot of things, and
yeah,
then
I
how
know.
fast it rolls out.
New York is swishy
Another
swashy.
thing.
Then it depends on who's the next governor, because our present governor, um, Hochul, I think is her name.
Yeah.
She has made a commitment to trying to make New York one of those urban air mobility hotspots.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. That they want to lead. We one of the leading states in not only drone flying, but urban air mobility. You know, the development of this. Like I said before, the teaming up with uh, drone responders to try to get the drones into the hands of more agencies throughout the state was the first step.
Right,
But
right.
like I said, the governor made an announcement because it was such a big thing for NUAIR.
Well, I'm glad to see our local government behind it, because the only way it's going to work is with our government behind it.
Excuse me.
She's trying to get 62 million, or she's dedicating 62
Yeah,
million towards the advancement of this stuff working and
yeah,
happening, making it available.
which is not much.
It's not. It's not. But let's see. At least she's talking
I
about.
mean, 62 million. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a lot for them, but it's enough. It's definitely enough.
They're going to be testing and working on aircrafts that not regular drones as we per se, but drones that deliver cargo and also transport
Medical supplies, etc. Yeah.
people.
Oh.
I'm not riding in nothing that costs less than 62,000. So whether you that's and you talking about what 62 million? How many planes you gonna get for 62 million?
Not a whole lot.
I ain't flying in that. You better fly the whole 62 million on the plane and fly me across the top.
Well, let's see with the 2024 Olympics. A few drone companies are talking about taxiing people from hotels to the sporting events.
That's planning to take off too by then, but so let's see what happens between here and there.
Yeah, but over in Europe and Asia, they are a little more advanced than we are here in the States. We have a lot of catching up to do. They're not more advanced,
like I said,
but they're more advanced as far as airworthiness.
That's in France, so that's whatever France is going to allow.
Right.
Well, Lawrence, we're familiar with this drone because I just wanted to talk about this next drone because I personally feel that this drone is probably like one of the most used drones all over the world.
Yes,
I've seen it used from here to China in maritime efforts to use for its ability to it's
an all-weather drone.
Right, exactly. And the fact that it's been used for visual purposes and for sniffing purposes, because I remember one of the first stories we talked about was its ability to they use it for ship emissions for the sulfur testing in the ship emissions.
Right, to see if everyone's compliant with their ships out in the oceans, which we know are not. There's a lot of people out there burning fuels and stuff out in the oceans that are more illegal than, how we have car emissions and you have to, well, in the oceans, it's open sea. Right. I wouldn't be surprised, this is just joking, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a few coal burners out there. Hypothetically speaking, not literally, but you get what I'm saying.
And I'm quite sure that there's somebody out there that'll probably come out with coal regulations that such and such we precede so we grandfather then we can do it out at sea.
Yeah,
we just can't dump it in the water.
Yeah, but you guys, we've been following this particular drone for a couple of years now. I'd say about 2 years plus, and we've watched it evolve in missions, just missions alone.
Well, Schiebel and Thales have recently demonstrated their ASW ISR-equipped Camcopter S-100 at the Dynamic Messenger 2022 in Portugal. They demonstrated where the demonstration was a part of a larger NATO exercise. Where they showcased the latest and the greatest in uncrewed defense systems.
Yep.
Which is nice, right?
Yeah.
So with that, they were focusing on real world efficacy applications.
Right.
So Schiebel showcased the Camcopter's anti-submarine. See, I tell you, this thing can do everything, man.
Yeah.
It's anti-submarine capability. Whatever you need to equip a drone to do, this bitch will do.
Shit. Yes. Whatever you could put, whatever payload you could put on this drone to help enhance its being able to see. Have a great evening. We are talking drones, but every now and then we do go squirrel. But all right, I'm just watching the chat. But if you want to watch the video, this particular Camcopter S-100 over the last couple of years has done so
YouTube,
much.
There's hundreds of videos on YouTube.
Yes, there are. And now they want this thing to hunt. They used it to hunt for submarines.
Well, check this out, Lawrence. In this whole operations, they claim they focused on the UAS's US ISR performance. That's the intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance ability.
Yes.
So,
yes.
You know, they did a whole demonstration. I would have loved to have seen it on anti-submarine technology.
Well, they claim that they demonstrated the surveillance protection was approaching a strategic port, and with the barrier, it had a barrier of sonar buoys. This S-100 was able to pick up the radio frequency from each and the information that these buoys were delivering, transmitting, and they were actually able to see it in real time. So say a submarine pops up to do a transmission.
So once you got buoys out in the water, once that submarine comes into place, the craft is able to pick it up.
Yes, the S-100 would pick up the data. All you got to do is drop the buoys, and the S-100 can tell you what buoy, where it is, and pick up all that information right there on the spot. So we've seen it do a lot of things. We've seen it. Now they're using it to search for subs. They were using it to carry medication. They were using it to possibly carry small munitions from one ship to another. They've used it in a lot of different conditions and situations.
Oh yeah, we've covered a couple of them. Like I said, from the ship emissions to where they were actually, believe it or not, searching for well, not searching, but checking and testing water, getting water samples.
Yes.
From over in China, from I think it was a chemical.
Hey, Brad Alston, how are you, man? Welcome to the stream. It's good to see that they're doing.
The United States Navy is using. The United States Navy and the Marines are using it.
Yes.
Same branch, the same organization.
Right.
The Navy and the Marines.
And this was the first time that it was used during a NATO exercise and performed brilliantly.
Right. So now, like I said, it's being used all over the world, especially for military. It's the most covered drones that we've covered. It always seems to pop up every so often, and I actually, believe it or not, I bypass a lot of stories on it because it just keeps coming up. You know, and I was checking out airspace and defense news.
Yeah.
And here it comes again.
The S-100, the Camcopter.
S-100.
Well, they're using it. They are using it. It's it is a drone. Just because we say Camcopter, it's still a drone. It's unmanned.
What's going on, man?
It's a SUAS, plain and simple.
Well, yeah, it's an unmanned aircraft. It's still remotely flown.
Yeah, except in extreme conditions. Just think and fly in winds that other drones can't. It can land on ships, take off from ships in rough weather.
Right, it can land from
stories.
Almost any place a helicopter can.
Pretty much.
That's the beauty of it.
Right. It only takes 2 men to wheel it out to the flight deck, but
it's a tiny helicopter.
Yeah. Susan Lee, how are you? Hope all is well.
Susan Lee.
Good to see you here.
How are you doing?
Yes, yes, yes. Hope all is well with you and everyone out there. Brad Alliston, River City, good to see you here. Everyone else, we're glad you guys keep coming by to
You
support
know,
us.
you know, talking about some of these things, and the reason why, and I mentioned this before, the reason why I bring a lot of these things to attention is that, talking with the first few things we mentioned, especially with the whole U-space type of talk, we know that remote ID is coming. We know that they eventually want to develop, traffic management systems for drones. Why?
Right,
Why? Because they want to operate in our airspace. That's not our airspace, but they want to operate in the airspace. Drones for many different reasons, for the transporting of goods, the transporting of medical supplies, which is already being done.
right.
They also want to be able to transport human tissue, which is already being done.
Mm-hmm.
But
Correct.
they want to be able to operate and deliver more and more goods to people. So I think that some of it is, and at the stage of where the testing is right now, and those phases along the lines of delivering products to people.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the reason why the skepticism is because of what they're actually delivering. They're delivering bullshit that you could actually just, you could have picked up
Well,
from.
I think that's the DJI testing phase. Let's see if we could deliver a toothbrush, ice cream, this, and then they're going to say, you know what? We can deliver more viable.
No, I understand that because some companies are working on drones to deliver larger merchandise.
Right.
But even with some of the heavy lifters that we talk about, how real heavy are they talking about until you get into stuff like the drone we mentioned a couple of days ago, well, a few weeks ago, and like stuff like the Nuva 300. Until you get into drones like that, those drones don't really carry no weight.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
And
They
then
can
some of
carry,
those
they can
larger,
carry a quarter of their weight.
right, some of those larger cargo drones are being marketed towards the military. I seen a
Okay,
nice little,
okay, Ray Kelly.
hey, right, all right.
No,
I saw a nice little cargo drone. I wanted to mention it tonight, and I didn't get all of the information on it, but it's a nice little thing, and it was like they're developing it. They're marketing towards the military that they can, transport stuff. But I think a lot of people, when they start marketing certain drones to the military,
yeah.
they start marketing it towards military that fights ground warfare. As our military starts to move away from more ground, like so much ground warfare.
Right.
Oh, that's my opinion.
Yeah, well, that's because everyone's going digital. They believe you can fight a war using drones and other stuff. You will at some time and point have someone on the ground, but they're using less and less people now.
Right.
Where you used to have hundreds of thousands. If you think back, the further back in time you go when it comes to war, the larger the crowds were, hundreds of thousands, because you needed that many to conquer an area.
Well, I think they went from being very small to being somewhat larger. I don't think that some of these civilizations that we know from ancient time had, uh
What they claim to have had?
no, I don't think that well, I know they didn't have the numbers that you would say would like be in a military brigade or something like that now. They say that they went to war like for thousands of years, and you hear the story, like the story of 300. Those type of things. You might have had years and years of it, but I don't think they had military as large as what we have today. But we're going away from the ground warfare to more sophisticated weapons.
Exactly.
Things that fly and can go boom.
I mean, we're going from World War II days, launching a shell into the air and expecting to hit an area, to being able
knowing it's going to hit the area.
Right. Strategically being able to put a laser on a spot and hit that spot within a few feet. So accuracy.
They're hitting the spot.
Don't fly over people. Never, ever, ever.
At all?
Yeah, well, this is how you handle that. Someone says, did you fly over those people in that video? I said, in the video, did you see who I flew over? I'm just saying.
Did you see people in the video?
Right. If you can see who I flew over, then I can accept that, and I apologize. I'm a bad guy. Smack my hand, bad Lawrence. But if
they signed a waiver,
I'm gonna leave that alone. Right.
No, I'm just
signed a waiver.
I'm just joking. But no, you shouldn't fly over people, not unless they're involved in the operation and they're all right with it.
TJ Giggles and Drones, how are you, sir? Hope all is well.
TJ.
Yeah, he got some new stickers. He changed the logo on his chest from red and yellow to a black T on his chest, on his sticker. I saw he changed the sticker layout.
All right, I gotta check those out.
Well,
no, I gotta get back up there to Rhode Island.
You guys already, we have to get back up there. I want to fly those cliffs.
I like hanging out with those guys up there, man.
I want to fly those cliffs over there at I can't think of the name of the fort now. I forgot the name of the fort that they took us to.
One.
Yeah, that one. But I want to fly some FPV over there. That I had no idea.
Fort Huff and Paint.
Fort Huff and Paint. It's true, because that's all the kids did right there. Right? You see all the spray paint cans and they're all in the corners. They got 5 kids in the corner smoking on one joint. Well, you saw the stuff we saw when
we all got the paper bag with the paint in it.
And that kid that was our little tour guide, he's exactly the guy that knows where all those little hideouts are up there, because he was moving around like Billy Goat on the side of a mountain.
I wish I had boots on and he had on flip-flops.
Yeah, walking around, climbing through rocks, over and under stuff, going down hills, all of that. Yeah, that was a fun excursion, though.
No, it wasn't.
Once we got to where we were flying.
No, it wasn't.
But it's okay. I digress. I digress. I literally
go over all of this terrain for once again, following Lawrence. When when driving, when we were able to drive right to the spot.
Well, I kept calling for instructions and people were answering their phone but not answering their phone. You remember? Mm-hmm. People were only receiving messages they wanted to receive, and you know how that turned out.
Yeah. Well, we got there.
Yeah. When we got there, and it's funny because when we got there, people were like, "Hey, Lawrence Herman," and inside my head, I'm going, "You fuckers." Nah. I'm joking. I digress. I digress. I'm
that was
really
Fort Huffing Paint.
I remember that. That place was beautiful, though.
You know, you can find it on the map. It's not a problem.
Yeah,
Go to Rhode Island,
all I have to do is go
then open up the map to go down.
something Weatherworth, Weather Hill, something Weather,
I don't know.
Weather Fort Weather.
I know
That's
you.
it.
I know you can't miss it when you go to or you go look in the area because it looks exactly like what you saw when you were there on the map.
I got it already. Fort Wetherill. That was it. Yep, that's exactly where we were. We were, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, right here, I'll pull it up on the map. When we were in Rhode Island, we were here at Fort Wetherill, which FYI, I want to point out.
So that's it.
This is it here. Hold on. Nope. We were here, Herman. Hold on.
In the wrong spot.
The parking was down here.
The wrong spot. There you go.
Right here. This is the fort here.
You're in the wrong spot.
We were flying from this cliffside, weren't we?
You're in the wrong spot.
No, because there were no boats there.
You're in the wrong spot.
In the wrong spot. But anyway, this is the general area.
Spot.
Right here.
He's lost once again.
Oh, the fort is right here.
Ours geographics.
Yeah, don't ask me any instructions. But I think this is right here where we parked. We parked here and walked out to the cliffs up here. But when we first got there, we climbed all over the damn place. I remember the lady was like, "Oh, just go up there. There's a path. We take it all the time." Her and her husband and kids, not knowing it was the path.
She had you do. She had
you
go up there and pick up.
Hey, Mark Fisher, what's up, man?
All kind of stuff from out in the bushes.
How are you, Mark? Hope all is
hey,
well.
Mark. So even Mark knows that you're crazy and you was in the wrong spot. Mark, help him out with the name of the location.
Yeah, Fort Wetherill was it.
That's what it was?
Yep, Fort Wetherill. I'm 9 times out of 10 sure.
That's what you believe it was?
Uh-huh.
All right. And what part of Rhode Island was that?
Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me pull it back up. I'll tell you right now. Hold on. Those Google Maps I keep at the ready. Northern Inshore State Trap Hot Waters, whatever that means.
What?
Fort Wetherill State Park. It's a state park, the whole area.
That's not what I asked you. What part of Rhode Island is it in?
Oh, that I could not tell you. Hold on. Let me zoom out and see what it tells me. Yes, Jamestown. Yes, it is. Jamestown, yes.
Any of that sound familiar to you?
Yeah, Jamestown, Fort Wetherill. That's why I was sure this was where we were. We had to go through Jamestown, I remember, and then zooming in, not zooming out, zooming in. I remember the fort we had to climb all through.
No, you didn't have
the gun
to.
batteries. We came up here through the gun batteries.
No, you didn't have to.
Huh?
You didn't have to because that's not where the hell we was flying from.
Oh. Well, we need to get back up there. I need to fly those cliffs. I'm sure this was the area. Hold on. The batteries were here. We were parked here. We were here, Herman, on the map. Right here. Because the fort that we climbed was here. The gunnery batteries, where she was like, "Oh, you can go down to the rocks and the beach." That was all here because we parked. Here's the area where we parked at first, where we saw Deneen. She was here. And then we walked all the way up here through the fort. We walked all the way up here through the parking lot. That's where we met the lady. We walked all the way here to a cliffside.
That's all higher ground than where the parking lot.
Right, and we drove around this turn and came to this parking area where Billy, Kyle, and everybody
down lower.
It can't be. There's no more water.
Trust me. Where this parking lot that you're showing where we flew from is lower than up there at that fort wall where the original parking lot is.
That's
You
interesting.
remember we drove downhill to get there.
True.
Wow, you are the guy that needs a breadcrumb trail. You would not remember that you came downhill?
No, man. Check your flight logs. That's right. We could go back and check the flight logs. I'd have to put up a controller. What's
Lars
up?
probably
Mark
erased
Fisher?
them already.
Probably. 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 I have this thing with trust. I have trust issues. What can I say?
What's gonna happen? Somebody's gonna go fly there.
Huh? Someone else is gonna go fly there?
Oh no, I know what's gonna happen.
What?
The Chinese government is gonna be like, why don't he turn and look the other way and stop looking in these people's house?
See, Angie says don't hand her the GPS machine either. See, all right, I'm with you, Angie.
Uh-oh.
See,
I understand what Angie's problem is. Yours? I
Yeah. Oh well. That's for another live stream.
Yeah, that's why I said that's why I'm gonna leave it as I understand what Angie's problem is.
Oh goodness. You know what? Well, since it's so foggy out and I can't fly, I guess that stir-fried chicken will be immediately after the live stream.
Wow, look at that. Stir-fried chicken.
Yeah, I have a piece of chicken.
Everybody at Lauren's house for dinner is stir-fried.
Hey, listen. Yes, see, Mark Fisher said we flew there. Yeah, we did fly from there.
Yeah, that's where we flew from, but Mark, he was lost. He was on the other side of the cliff.
Okay, don't follow me for directions.
Don't follow Lawrence for directions.
Yeah,
He
definitely.
had us climbing all over that wall over there, and that's not where everybody was. But I could hear the drone.
Oh yeah, we could, but that's because
hear the drone. Forge on.
The lady said you could go through there to get to the beach, not knowing it was a roller coaster ride.
Mark, if it was a war and we were a civilization that counted on us, we would be extinct. That's all I'm going to say. Lawrence is like, I hear the drones. Forge on.
I tried.
Everybody would have just marched to their death.
After about 20 minutes walking, and we still wasn't there, climbing over and under shit, getting teared by thorns and
bitten by all kind of bugs. And
remember the kid that was with us? He was like, I'm gonna go see if they're down there. And we turn around, he was just going. I'm like, yo, see, that's that serial killer shit. We turned around, he was leading us to go someplace. And then he's like, well, Herman could because his foot was still bad. There's a lot of sides of the cliffs. You just don't go to the other side of the railroad tracks, Mark Fisher says. But he said, I'm gonna go down and see if they're down on the beach.
What railroad tracks?
Get it done.
There wasn't no railroad tracks when we went.
We didn't see any railroad tracks, luckily.
Lawrence let some lady
don't go there.
Lawrence let some lady send us into them areas where they be killing people and leaving you for dead.
No, because there were a bunch of kids there huffing paint.
Who you think be
Somebody
doing
would
it?
have said something.
I see the movies.
You've seen the movies, huh? Shepherd's pie. I haven't made shepherd's pie in years. Actual shepherd's pie.
About food.
All right, we got a story here.
Well, you know what, Lawrence? Believe it or not, I was just going to tell you that.
You who want to get into mapping, listen closely.
Well,
or you want to get your feet wet.
Quite sure that a lot of people know about them already, but what I wanted to tell you about it, the drone reality capture platform SkyeBrowse has announced the launch of a free version of their app, but it comes with limited features.
Yeah.
You know, you can with the same touch of a button, just like before, you know, after downloading the app, after downloading the SkyeBrowse app, you know, as a user of
Oh,
the
sorry about that.
platform, users can fly missions with the support on your drone, and listen, you can upload your videos, and it will create a 3D model within a few minutes or so.
Yes, we
You can
have this
also
actual 3D
fly,
model on screen.
right. You can also fly a wide range of mapping and wide, broad missions with this, and all of a single touch of a button, this thing flies these missions autonomously for you.
Yes.
I think that it's very similar to like what Skydio is doing, as
Mm-hmm.
well as DJI with their software. And this is compatible with your your DJI drones.
Most DJI drones. And it's interesting because I'm going to share
Because
this
one of the
video.
videos that I saw out there with this, believe it or not, they was for the Mavic 3 Enterprise.
I'm going to work on it, Susan. Hey, Cardoso Media, how are you? You're right. You know what's funny about
Hey,
this? I
hello.
went, I went to SkyeBrowse's webpage,
Mhm.
and they have an actual working demo. Now this demo is refined down. It's not their high res version. They are giving you a 2-week trial on their page. And I just wanted to show you, if you've never done anything in 3D mapping, this is the actual 3D model that they used in their promotion video. This is strictly for training purposes only, but you actually can zoom into an area. Now, this is the area that was mapped using whatever drone they did. Now, not only can you move around and see witness bullet cones or bullet markers, but playing around with this, you can, hold on. I found out that there was a body under this car right here.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
this is just a scene for practice purposes. But
Mhm.
if you're asking how did I know it was a body, because I moved the screen like this and you could see the makings of a face. But I wanted to point out also that there's more to this SkyeBrowse thing. Hold on, let me see if I can get, oh, here it is. It's behind here. Map view comes along with this little feature. This is the actual footage shot with SkyeBrowse right here. This is the actual footage, and when it swings around to this guy with the dummy under here, this is the actual footage that it took while, I guess, while doing the mapping.
Mhm.
But with this footage through SkyeBrowse, you can scroll around, scroll around, scroll around. I'm going to stop it here because you can see the body, but you can take this frame, okay, and save the frame to your computer. And by saving this frame to your computer, I'm going to download it really quick. It, as you see, it downloaded in seconds. I can open up that same frame
Mhm.
and you can mark stuff with it. Like these are cones. Obviously, this is a gun. That's a gun. And they must have really hated this dummy because they ran him over and shot him.
That's messed up.
But this is a crime scene for study, and it goes to show with SkyeBrowse you can mark each one of these as a bullet shell. Here's
Mhm.
the body. You can
Well,
mark this as a gun. All of this stuff
well,
in this
what,
app.
I'm glad that you mentioned that, because SkyeBrowse have made it possible for the average guy to be able to download the app and be able to use it in a free version. But if you want measurements and any
Yeah.
of the anatomization and
Yes.
the
Yes. Yes.
factual diagrams where you can actual
And a
pinpoint
much higher resolution mapping.
measurements and pinpoint the actual footage or centimeter away from each spot, because you can do that with this
Hey, Draymond.
with software. To be able to
Yes.
do that, you will have to download the premium version.
Yes. You
And
see what Draymond put?
what?
He said SkyeBrowse was initially for Leo, the accident for accident reconstruction. They originally had started out or were originally for that purpose. Well, they're
Right.
offering
That's why they do a lot of 3D modeling.
yes, but they are offering like Herman said, they are offering the services for free. You do not get the measurements. You cannot mark an area and say, okay, this is a gun, that's a car, et cetera, or this is my neighbor's house, he really pisses me off. You won't have none of that stuff, but you will be able to make an actual 3D render and upload it to their server and play around with it just to get you
what
wet.
they say makes it so good is that it's easy enough for the average Joe, but it has the quality of it to be used for
Professionally, yes.
professional use.
Insurance claims or whatever whatever your purpose may be. I put the link there for SkyeBrowse because I clicked on pricing, and like I said, I did click.
Although they have a few different packages they claim.
Yes, they do. And it even works with Autel Evo.
Yes.
With Autel's equipped
Autel as
drones
well.
as well. But emergency response, unparalleled speeds, 3D models in one tap. So we're not talking about downloading. We're not talking about a separate 3D app. Then you need a separate app to compile the pictures and upload them to. This is all combined.
It flies the mission autonomously.
Yes.
It gathers the data. You upload the data from the drone to their server. It creates the model for you.
Right. You don't have to use a third party to compile your pictures that you took and things like that, which I think is a great idea. And they're offering you server space on their servers for you to try it out.
Yeah,
now they also I might play around. I might try and play. From my testing of it, Skydio 2 works best with it, being a better avoidance system, Draymond says.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting to know.
Okay.
That's interesting. And of course, like most
Skydio 2, but you're gonna have fun with your with that Mavic 3
M30.
Enterprise.
That M3, Mavic 3 and the
Enterprise working with that pilot with the
DJI pilot app.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Draymond. You should be getting an update for your M30.
I'm about to for the Mavic.
Oh, for the
3,
M3, for the M3,
the Mavic 3 Enterprise.
Well, like I said, I played around with it. I went to SkyeBrowse.com. They let you play around with one of their practice crime scenes.
The man was saying something about placing the order for Christmas.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Check it out. If you don't know anything about 3D mapping and you're Part 107, this might be something to get your feet wet or give you a generalized idea. Yeah, to wet your feet.
Or just to wet your feet.
And it says the Sky app is able to instruct the drone to autonomously fly and record video footage at the same time. So it's snapping photos and taking video footage, which is why we were able to play that video and take one frame. So maybe something you may not be able to detect through the 3D mapping, you can compare it in the video footage and say, oh, that is a gun there, instead of, oh, that looks like a bent piece of metal or whatever.
They want to get everything.
Yeah.
What it is, like the beauty of it is that you can take all of the footage, upload it to their thing, and it will create the model for you. Now they do offer mapping, and they said a wide range of mapping. So it's something. And they claim to have several packages with supplemental features, such as they have something called SkyeBrowse Hyper. Let's get into play with it.
Let's give it a play.
Yeah, let's get it in play.
Let's give it a shot. This is their SkyeBrowse Hyper here, and of course it's a lot more detailed, but I have not played
Go back
around
to
with
the
it.
box part.
Oh, okay, this is erase. And now see the stop sign right here. There's a stop sign, but when I go like this, it erased the stop sign. Why so? I know not.
Uh-huh.
This is okay. This is supposed. Oh, I got it. This is your regular version.
Uh-huh.
This is SkyeBrowse Hyper. With SkyeBrowse Hyper, it picks up the stop sign. See this? Watch this blue can right here.
Uh-huh.
When I go past it, it picks up somehow that it's destroyed. Picks up a lot more detail from what I understand. Yes, look at these trees here. These trees are smooth. This area is smooth. When you move over it, you see the tree structure. So of course they're offering their best 3D graphics, and of course they're offering their low-end 3D graphics. Whatever it is, if you could put it to use for 2 weeks for free, why not?
Let's get it.
You know, I mean, if you want to mess around with 3D mapping and you don't want to spend any money for it, they're offering you 2 weeks free. Whether they ask for your credit card before or after. Hey, God bless America. How are you? Welcome to the chat. Good to see you. Happy Wednesday to you. But it's interesting.
Will you say, Lawrence, you taking deposits for it?
Deposits?
Yeah, please leave your credit card information in the chat.
Right. They may ask for your credit card information, and then after the 2 weeks, want to try and charge you. I don't know. So I hope, I'm pretty sure that's not what the case is, but
that's always the case.
Of course.
Call them up and cancel.
Yeah. We're not taking that route, but
no, but it sounds like a good
signing up for it.
No, really, it does sound like a very good tool that someone can use just getting into the business and needing a platform to work with, that they can be able to create these things for their customers.
Right, because at one time and point, Herman, if you remember, in order to do 3D mapping, and Draymond could probably concur with this, but at one time you needed ground points. Now there are some out there are some apps and companies out there that do not. That's true. They are going to make $1 anyway. There are some 3D mappings programs out there that don't need ground points anymore. You just set up
what I understand,
yeah. So maybe that seems to be the way to go. I don't know, but there's a lot that use ground points, and there are a lot that don't. A quick question, Draymond, if you're still here listening, do you use ground points with drone deploy when you're using it, or you don't use ground points? That'd be a pretty good question to ask someone who does 3D mapping.
Well, the reason, from what I was looking at, what I noticed with, like, he mentioned Skydio, and the thing I saw with the presentation for Skydio, as well as DJI, it was never mentioned.
Right.
And I've never used the pilot app, and I've never used Skydio, so I can't tell you.
Right. I get it. I do totally understand. Well, Herman.
What?
We've done it again, bro.
What happened?
Another one bites the dust.
What is that time? Oh.
Not quite, but damn near.
Well, it's about that time, right? Like, there's a few shows on tonight. You know, some of the stuff you'll hear here again, but some of the shows will be critiquing us, but you know, it's neither here nor there.
Listen, it is what it is.
Well, there's a lot of who's on the Fly for Fun is on, right? Yeah. They're on. Bill should be on tonight. Jake Sloan is on also, and he should be on. Yeah, he should be on.
Thank you, Night Train.
Wait, Night Train. And Dobo and Eddie should be on later on. The finish the rest of the night. So I guess that rounds it off, right?
Yes.
So with that, I guess you said it's that time, right?
Yeah, man. Yes. We
Yeah.
appreciate you all. Please continue to support those guys. I will probably bring back Sunday nights with those guys, maybe after football season. Maybe not.
He'll be back after the football season.
Maybe not.
When the winter really set in and it's cold outside, and he needs his hot chocolate and some
and
place
it's
to
cold
go.
outside, and I'm out there in a snowsuit with the snow mitts trying to get that perfect picture. Not.
Yeah, okay.
So you heard me say not.
Snow up to here. But anyway, it's been great. And like Larson says, thank you for everyone. We really appreciate you guys for coming and hanging out with us. You know, we really appreciate all the support that you guys give us. You know, we wouldn't be here if you guys weren't here. So thank you guys.
This is true.
Wednesday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by
Those guys.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
I'm more than a shot.
Yeah, I see that. I see that. That was definitely more than a shot.
Yeah. Good night, everyone.